One crisp, silent morning in Denver, Evelyn stood at her usual suburban bus stop, unaware that her life was about to change forever. As she waited, a massive grizzly bear emerged from the shadows of an alley, its powerful frame moving with intent toward her. Her heart pounded wildly as fear gripped her. She had heard terrifying stories of bear attacks. Yet something about this bear was different. Its deep brown eyes were not filled with malice but desperation, almost as if it were pleading for help. Chaos erupted around her as bystanders screamed and ran in different directions. People urged Evelyn to flee, but an unexplainable pull rooted her to the spot. Instead of retreating, she took a slow, deliberate step forward. The bear growled softly, then turned, glancing back at her with an unmistakable urgency. Trusting her instincts, Evelyn followed the bear as it disappeared into the dense woods beyond the city. As she ventured deeper into the forest, the familiar noise of Denver faded, replaced by the whisper of wind through the trees and the rustling of unseen creatures. The bear moved quickly, sniffing the air, letting out low, troubled growls. A feeling of unease settled over Evelyn. Something was terribly wrong. To be safe, she quickly sent her location to her fiancé, Daniel, before pressing on. The journey led them to an abandoned campsite in complete disarray. A fire pit still smoldered, backpacks were ripped open, and belongings lay scattered across the ground. Amidst the wreckage, Evelyn's eyes landed on a journal. She picked it up, her fingers trembling as she flipped through its pages. What she read sent chills down her spine. Someone had set out to capture a rare white-furred bear cub. The pieces clicked into place. The grizzly wasn't a threat. She was a mother in distress, desperately searching for her stolen baby. Determination surged through Evelyn. She wouldn't let this mother bear down. Using clues from the journal, she traced the poacher's likely path. As the sun dipped lower, casting eerie shadows through the trees, she pressed on with the bear by her side. The two moved with urgency, driven by the same goal. Then, suddenly, a faint, pitiful whimper reached Evelyn's ears. Her breath caught. She sprinted ahead, weaving through the trees until she found the cub, a tiny white-furred bear, no more than a few months old, trapped in a cruel metal snare. Its small body trembled, eyes wide with terror. Tears blurred Evelyn's vision as she knelt beside the cub, whispering soothing words. The trap was tightly wound around its leg, cutting into its flesh. It was designed to hold strong, but she refused to give up. With trembling hands, Evelyn fought against the rusted metal, using all her strength to pry it open. Minutes passed like hours, and sweat dripped down her forehead. Just when she thought she couldn't do it, she gave one final desperate pull, and the trap sprang open. For a moment, the cub hesitated, its tiny form frozen with fear. Then, in an instant, it bolted straight into its mother's embrace. The reunion was overwhelming. The mother bear nuzzled her baby, letting out deep, relieved rumbles that resonated through Evelyn's soul. She stood there, rooted in place, watching in awe as the mother bear checked her cub over, ensuring it was safe. The golden hues of dusk painted the sky as the mother bear and her cub disappeared into the dense forest, their figures soon swallowed by the wilderness. A wave of emotions crashed over Evelyn: relief, joy, and something deeper. She had never felt so connected to nature before. This wasn't just an adventure, it was a revelation. When she finally returned to Denver, she was no longer the same woman. That single moment had reshaped her soul, igniting an unshakable passion for wildlife conservation. She dedicated herself wholeheartedly, speaking at schools to inspire children with the story of the mother bear and her cub. She partnered with organizations fighting against poaching, using her voice to amplify the urgency of protecting vulnerable species. Every word she shared, every effort she made, was fueled by the memory of those desperate, pleading eyes, reminding her that change begins with those who dare to care. Each small step felt like a ripple in a vast ocean, but she knew even the smallest actions could create lasting change. That chance encounter with a bear had given her life a new purpose. She now understood that humanity's greatest responsibility was to protect the creatures who shared this planet with us. With unshakable resolve, Evelyn walked forward, ready to change the world, one step at a time. Thank you for taking the time to follow this journey. Don't forget to like and subscribe to support our mission.